All right, guys, part two, live from Radio Row, coming up in just about 30 seconds. Stay tuned. Bam, we're here, guys, at the Radio Row of the Celebration Bowl 2022, and there's been great stuff going on. Now, you guys saw me before. I was down at the Mobile. It's something I had not seen before. We had a grooming lounge, and we have a gentleman here who's going to introduce himself to you right now.
My name is Kenny Duncan, to represent S. Curl and Andis. The two companies are family-owned companies that have partnered together to bring to you a grooming lounge that we've decided to make sure that we give the students, athletes, and coaches free haircuts, because we were told that if you look good, you play good. So the mindset is, if we can take the responsibility of improving their self-esteem of the grooming, that they're going to be better equipped to do their job on Saturday.
Listen, man, it's funny because you talk about the idea of looking good and playing good. It seems to be like a theme, because we even have here in Atlanta, as you may know, at the Hawks actually have a barbershop inside the stadium. So is that the new wave now we're going to see?
So I believe that it should be something that's a standard. I do know of a large amount of stadiums that do have barbershops in them. I work for the 76ers and work for the Eagles, and both entities have barbershops or barber chairs inside of their facilities.
That's crazy.
Facilities. So there's a correlation between the two. Definitely correlation between the two.
It definitely seems like it, man. I mean, because this idea of guys being well-groomed, being ready, it's kind of like my mom told me back in the day. She said, dear, now listen, when you go out, remember, look sharp and be sharp. I'm working on the be sharp thing, but I think I look sharp. Don't you think, guys, that little tie on here tonight? So listen, kind of how did this get started, this relationship between you guys and the Celebration Bowl?
I think it's when you have the same principles as another entity, good energy just attracts itself to one another. So when you already have existing companies that have the heart to give back, the heart to be for the people, and being in line with giving back to the people and investing into the culture, I believe that in itself presents itself and creates opportunities for us to band together like Voltron and create different stuff like this one. S. Curl has always been a part of grooming suites from various different events across the globe and across different genres. So this is just one of the entities that we actually doing. And you can't do a haircut without a quality tool. So, and this being known for manufacturing high quality tools, and Luster Products being known for crafting and manufacturing quality products for men and women of color, I think that it was just a natural synergy that caused us to work great together. You know?
And the company, this is not a new company. The company's been around for a good minute.
So Luster has been around for 57 years.
57 years.
And the Anderson's company is celebrating 100 years. Yes, two family-owned businesses that have been around for a long period of time, run by family, and still to this day within the family. That in itself is two legacies coming together. And Celebration Bowl is only 6 years old right now, but I believe that in comparison to other bowl games, they've superseded a large amount of the things that other bowl games have done at this point in time. So we believe that we spot some things that we want to partner with to make sure that we're investing into the culture and helping that legacy continue on, just like Anderson Luster.
Well, look, man, it really looks like there's like you said, a great synergy. And what I felt when I went downstairs was a great energy. I'm like, everybody was there. The vibe was just, it was just like a great thing. And here's the thing, what I love, it was like from all ages. Like you had college guys, you had OGs like me, and everybody just was kind of relaxing and kind of just, look about being well-groomed.
Yep. So I'm gonna share with you a couple of things that's taking place. It's not just great haircuts taking place in the S. Curl Grooming Lounge. We're in partnership with Andis and Duce for this event as well, just so you know. Duce being another company that desires to support the culture as well. So that synergy made sense. We're giving out great conversations. You try to
barbershop talk.
Now, listen, you tried to
barbershop talk. Let's keep it real.
You try to do this. You try to give me a pick size, and I'm gonna tell you what took place. I share with you the same energy we were sharing with everybody else in this space. I don't believe the game that's taking place on Saturday is the most important thing that we're here for. I think what we're here for is supporting two coaching staffs that have took their time to develop men. They took these boys and caused them to be men, and we're able to witness what they've done, witness their greatness on Saturday. It's not that they're going to be great; they're already great, and then we're privileged the opportunity to witness it. That's what's taking place, and we've been sharing that message with each and every one. So one of the guys said, "I'm going to be great once this win takes place on Saturday." I said, "Don't ever say that again." I said, "Because you're diminishing your greatness today." I say, "You're not telling me how you're going to be great today if you're telling me about what's going to take place on Saturday." I said, "The reality is the thing that's most valuable has already taken place." I seen this one video. One point to this video that Coach Prime had put up. It was of one of their young men coming to him and asking him for this transparent conversation that they have on Thursdays. And he's like, "Yo, can we have that conversation again at least one more time?" Because he knows that he's transitioning. And what I said to him was, I said to this coach was, I said, that right there showed me the value of what you guys are doing. And I believe both coaching staffs are doing the same. This showed me the value of what you're doing with these young men is that you're causing them to actually handle conflict much better and being able to overcome what those conflicts are by having transparent conversations, especially bridging the gap between the older, more seasoned gentlemen and the younger individuals so that they have that mentorship that's going to allow them to be great. I personally believe that if you work hard to your mentors become a fan, I believe that if you have the mentality of believing in yourself and even understanding that we all have issues and you find ways to overcome those issues, that's what we're able to witness, that these individuals are overcoming. RUI has all different type of challenges. We're able to see them perform at a great level in spite of all the different challenges they've been dealing with. That's why I said they've been dominating the day. That's why I said they've been focusing on understanding they're taking their life experiences and putting their thumbprint on these young men, and we get a chance to witness this on Saturday. That's what we're here to celebrate. That's the Celebration Bowl. That's what I know.
Well, guys, I don't think I can sum it up any better than that. I mean, it's now you're on the motivational speaker tour. Now we're going to get you doing that next.
So I tell people that the conversation is what costs. The haircuts are free.
There you go, guys. See, this is a man that understands the value of who he is and what he is and what he has going on. Well, look, guys, we have been bringing this to you as we like to do from on the scene. And you guys, we call ourselves Real Talk Sports, but let's keep it real. And if you listen in between the lines, what he was saying, that was really the key about this lounge. It's the idea of young men and older men being able to keep it real. Everybody being transparent, nobody being afraid to be in the space to let themselves be authentic. And what he's saying, if that happens, we might actually be able to move the needle, not only just changing the culture, but possibly changing your community and your nation. I don't think it gets too much better than that.
That's what's taking place in the grooming lounge.
There you go. All right, listen, how can people find out more? Social media and all that kind of good stuff, website?
Listen, you have to check out Andis Clippers on Instagram. You have to check out Lessa Eshker on Instagram. And myself, you can find me at K Duncan Grooming. I'll let you know that there's a lot of great things taking place. And if you tap in with us on these particular platforms, you'll be in the know of all the things you need to know.
See, guys, there's right there. Because remember, not only do we keep it real on here, but it's keep it real in the barbershop. I'm just saying. Listen, we appreciate you stopping by and joining us. This man's been on the move. Again, guys, now, if you're in Atlanta, I know you guys are watching this on all the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. If you're in Atlanta, there's a lot of things going on around the game. So even if you say, I'm going to the game, stop by the Omni Hotel, to check out the grooming lounge in person yourself and kind of catch the vibe like I caught when I was down there. I'm guarantee you it'll be worth your while. All right, so stay tuned for more of the great stuff here going on Radio Row. Young man, we appreciate you.
No, thank you for having us.
And we look for, listen, guys, follow this guy, okay, because he's dropping some real knowledge. So you don't have to be old to be wise. I'm just saying. All right, guys.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. We're going to bring some more people in for you guys. This is great stuff going on here with Radio Row at the Celebration Bowl. Like I said, this is the grooming lounge. So I don't care what age you are, you can come on down. I'm gonna take these headsets off here because my ears are ringing. But it's the grooming lounge. Come on and check it out. We're gonna have more guests here. It's Lester, S Curls, all this stuff going on here. And here's the thing, guys, it's a partnership. We have legacy organizations, we have new organizations, we have nonprofits, we have for-profits, we have sports. We even got some ministry. We got a little bit of everything here. So it's more, as you heard, than just a football game. It is, in fact, an event that can change you and maybe change your family. So if you're in the area, come on down. Even stop by the Fan Fest. You'll be able to see, I don't care what your flavor is. If you any of that Divine Nine, Soror, Frat, come on down. They got all kind of things here. If you're a Jackson State fan, come down. If you're North Carolina Central fan, matter of fact, if you're a SWAC fan, MEAC fan, come down. You know what? Forget all that. If you just want to come down and have a good time, I don't care if you even like football. Come on down. Because great stuff going on right here. And like I said again, stop by the grooming lounge. And I forgot, it's located in the Omni Hotel. I believe it's the South Tower.
It's
You guys
South
are
Tower.
South
But also, I
Tower.
want to let you know
Omni
that
Hotel. Go ahead.
I want you to stop by the Fan Fest to see us grooming down at the Fan Fest too.
Oh, see,
Yeah, Andis has something special for everybody that's gonna be there.
See that this, see, this is what you guys get with Real Talk Sports. You know, I always give you a nugget. So go on down to the Fan Fest, check it out, and it's at the Georgia World Congress Center.
Yep.
Great accessibility, and go and get yourself groomed. You know what your mama told you? Let's show me. Look sharp and be sharp. I'm just saying. I gotta go, guys. We'll be back with more, okay? Appreciate it. The day has arrived. It's time to let more people know about your business. You have the right marketing plan and the messaging in place. But do you have the right messenger? Good advertising and promotions need a professional sound so the message can be clearly understood. Don't leave your brand image to chance. Let our team of voiceover experts at CME lend you a hand. Give us a call at 678-304-8121 to find out how we can partner with you to give your business its voice. Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net. Oh, guys, I had a little frog in the throat, so I had to get some water. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here as we reboot here for part 2 of Live from Radio Row. So appreciate you guys for hanging tight with us here. And we're broadcasting from the Omni Hotel, which is right across the street from Phillips Arena. Hopefully I can get this frog out of my throat before our next guest comes. Again, this is being broadcast from inside the Omni Hotel, Radio Row. And we are in downtown Atlanta. I like to call it the conundrum of sports in the South. And really the conundrum of sports anywhere. We're really literally within 1 mile radius or less of the 2 major sports facilities. That is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and also State Farm Arena. And then we're also next to one of the largest convention centers in the country, which is the Georgia World Congress Center. So yeah, great stuff going on. I'm gonna adjust my camera just a little bit here. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see me and we'll see the guests in just a second. And like I said, again, we appreciate all those of you who decided to join in and check us out here on tonight. So I'm gonna make sure I got plenty of good volume here happening. Let's make sure that we're good to go. I think we're good. Let's check our audio. Yep, audio is still cranking away, and we're appreciative of that. And we appreciate those of you who, again, are watching us here on the live stream here. This is part 2 of our stream from Radio Row. And again, it's inside the Omni Hotel, located in downtown Atlanta, right, like I said, in the middle of everything related to sports here in the ATL. So, yeah, just good stuff going on here. And we're about to bring on some more guests with us here. We got a gentleman popping in. I think he might be one of the coaches. We're going to have him grab a seat here. Good, sir. Good, sir. How you doing, sir? We can get you nice and close to Mike. Jonathan Simmons, nice to meet you. All right, guys. It has been a wonderful day here, long day, and we have a gentleman here who's going to introduce himself to you right now.
How you doing? I'm Dennis Thurman from Jackson State.
Well, Coach, you guys are back here again, a second year in the row. This time, I guess you guys are trying to finish the drill, correct?
That's been the focus all year is come get back here and finish it. Yes, sir.
Now you guys have, I want to say unique because we've had other colleges, it happened again to other colleges. Keeping all things together when your head coach, gets elevated to another position, what kind of challenge did that presented for you guys, both good and bad?
Well, everybody has questions about what's going to happen, who's going, who's not going, those types of things. But that's not my focus. That's not the team's focus. We have another game to play, and you can't discount your opponent. North Carolina Central is a well-coached football team. They play well together. They execute on offense. They can run the football. They can throw the football. They have talent. We're going to have our hands full. We know it. We're going to have to go out, and we're going to have to offset that by doing the things that we're supposed to do. Technique, fundamentals, sound football, tackle well, defend the pass. It's going to be a tough game. We know that, and I feel like we're ready for it.
And now for you guys, is it easier, coming here for the second year in a row, being here in Atlanta, or is it really doesn't make much of an impact? You guys just look, we're focused on playing.
Well, I think it's an advantage because we now know what to expect. I think when we got here a year ago, I'm not sure we really understood the magnitude of the task at hand. I think we were a little bit more loose. We were a little bit more carefree. We thought that, hey, we were just going to show up and win the football game, and South Carolina State showed us something different. Haven't done it as recently as a year ago. A lot of things are still somewhat fresh in our minds, and we have guys that have come back wanting to finish this, coaches that have come back to want to finish this. But us wanting to and doing it are two different things. We have to go out and do it.
Well, it's funny. Last year, the press conference at the end of the game, Coach Prime talked about the same thing you're talking about. It's like, hey, we get to Atlanta. Some of the players might have, maybe not taken South Carolina State. And let's face it, the hype machine was rolling last year. I mean, when you guys got to town, you had folks waiting for you at the airport.
Yes.
You had folks waiting at the hotel.
Yes.
But it seems like I'm just watching your demeanor and even the team that it's really this year more of a business trip, huh?
Oh, big time. We tried to stress that to them last year. We were younger. We didn't have the leadership that we have this year in terms of we have guys that have been through this. The maturation is showing the mindset of us understanding the task, and it's been a huge focus for us throughout the winter, the spring, the summer, and through the season. And that's been to focus on the final task. And we've gotten here, and now that we're here, it's less than a day away. So, it's right in front of us. Let's go finish.
Listen, I know you guys can't coach, can't talk about schemes specifically, but for people watching, maybe not being familiar with Jackson State, what is your theme, or what's the style of play you like to play for your defense with Jackson State?
Aggressive. I think being aggressive is important for us. And, a lot of teams want the offense, they want to dictate to you and make you adjust to them. We have the same mindset that they have, and that is we want to dictate to the offense, and we want to make them adjust to us. And so, for the most part, in most games, we've been able to do that. But every opponent, every game is different. I feel like having enough calls on your call sheet is always important because we're not going to let you just keep, if you're executing and doing something well, then it's my responsibility to get something on that call sheet or have something on that call sheet that's going to be able to offset or take away what you've been hurting us with. Can't just always say, play better to your players. You got to be able to help them play better.
Coach, looking at camera, tell him you got to coach them up, right? You can't be all about, hey, just make a play.
No, play better. No, that's not the answer. It can be if you have a player of that caliber, that ilk, who's a great football player and he's not playing up to his talent. But there are times where schematically they're doing things and they've schemed you. Now, what's on your call sheet to offset what they're doing?
Well, guys, for those of you who are not big football fans or don't know what coach is basically saying is that you have to learn how to adjust and make adjustments in order to win big games.
No doubt.
That's the bottom line. And what coach is saying, he's got a call sheet that's ready to rock and roll for NCCU.
You have
to. Whatever what they bring in, coach has been on the film and he's ready to go. But speaking of that, he's got to go, guys. Coach, the other thing I'm always very impressed with in covering any of these postseason games is the number of interviews and banquets and stuff you guys have to go to in addition to trying to get ready for a game. Now, what kind of challenge did that create?
Different. It's different because normal weeks aren't like this, but you understand it's part of it. It's part of the pageantry. It's part of the excitement. And I'd rather be doing this than sitting at home, not preparing to go out and do battle tomorrow.
Well, we're going to end it right there with real talk from our defensive coordinator from Jackson State. Well, Coach, listen, man, we appreciate you stopping by, and we look forward to a great game tomorrow.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, sir. Thank you. There is defensive coordinator for Jackson State. These guys have been rolling. It's been busy, like I just mentioned, guys. It's a lot of work for these guys. I mean, they got so much stuff that they have to do and responsibilities. As you can see, they got to talk to us. They have to go to banquets and dinners. They have to meet with alumni. I mean, they have different lounges they have to stop by. It's a lot that goes on here at these big games. But as you heard him say, he'd rather be here than at the house. I'm just saying. All right, guys, keep it locked right here. We'll be back with more from Radio Row as we wrap it up here. From the Omni Hotel at the Celebration Bowl, Radio Row. Stay tuned. We'll get it eventually. The day has arrived. It's time to let more people know about your business. You have the right marketing plan and the messaging in place. But do you have the right messenger? Good advertising and promotions need a professional sound so the message can be clearly understood. Don't leave your brand image to chance. Let our team of voiceover experts at CME lend you a hand. Give us a call at 678-304-8121 to find out how we can partner with you to give your business its voice. All right, guys, thank you for hanging tough with us here as we get ready to wrap it up here. We got one or two more interviews we want to bring you. Again, we've been here virtually all day at the Radio Row for the Celebration Bowl. It's been a lot of fun. We've had some great guests here on this, and we've also given you guys a mobile tour, let you guys take a look at the grooming lounge and some of the other things that are going on here at the Radio Row for Celebration Bowl. As I mentioned, there's a lot of stuff that goes on here on any of these big bowl games besides just the game itself. And so that makes a challenge out there for the coaches and for the players because they have to stop by the media. They have all types of things that are going on. So just again, we are very, very thankful to these guys that took the time out to join us and all of us here in the media to take time out from their schedules. Where, as you heard, the defensive coordinator for Jackson State, hey, we got a game plan. We have to get ready for a game and a big game, a championship game at that. So again, just great stuff here. We want to bring it to you guys from on the scene. We're going to share this out. And we ask you please to share this out to other places on Facebook or also share the link for the YouTube page. But we appreciate you guys for, again, helping us out and getting this broadcast out here and sharing it, and allows us to, do what we need to do and bring it to you with sponsors and so forth. Speaking of sponsors, as you guys can see, Allen Vigil Ford is one of our major sponsors. And please check them out at allenvigilford.net. allenvigilford.net. And remember, follow our show, please, on social media. Follow us anywhere on social media at Real Talk Sports and number 7. I'll pop that up on the screen for those of you who are watching. There it is. Follow us, Real Talk Sports and number 7. You also can follow me personally at Minister J Sim, and you can see that's Minister, the letter J. It's not J-A-Y, it's the letter J, S-I-M-M. But more importantly, and most importantly, follow the show at Real Talk Sports and number 7. Love to have you guys join us and follow us. And also, listen, here's the thing: if you have a particular business or something you want to get out, we have very, very, very reasonable rates to be a part of this broadcast and be a supporter. We have supporter rates. We have regular advertising rates. We have spot rates. We have sponsor mentions. I mean, literally, you can be part of the show for as little as $25. I mean, seriously, you can start at a supporter level, move on up, and we have packages all along the way. So again, if you want to contact me and be a part of the show and also support good, clean sports talk, support the kids, because we do high school football. Here's our information. Send me the email, jsimmons@realtalksports.net, or simply give me a call, 678-410-9833, or you can text me, and I'd be more than happy to go over the packages with you. But like I said, again, we got some great stuff that are going on. And please follow us anywhere on social media. There it is right there. We are on all social medias at Real Talk Sports, the number 7. So again, we're going to have some more people dropping on with us here on Radio Row. We're looking for some more guests to kind of pop in with us, and we'll have that in a second. Again, we are so very excited for those of you who have joined us here on the broadcast on this afternoon. We actually been here all day, to be very candid. But it's a good thing. We're just excited to be out here. We're excited for the opportunity, and we thank you for joining us. Again, we appreciate you so much, and we thank you. And like I said, again, we have 1 or 2 more guests that are going to join us here before they leave. And then we're going to pack it up. I'm going to head over here to all some of the other social things that have been going on. So it's cool stuff here, and we're going to bring them on now. We got 1 more guest going to pop in to join us here. We're going to get him seated and set up. And once he gets set up, guys, I'll pop the screen so you can see, and he's going to introduce himself to you. So let him get set in front of the mic. We'll have him get nice and close. There we go. I think we got him up tip this. I think that's good. All right, guys, we're back here on Radio Row. We're going to have this gentleman introduce himself to you right now.
Hello, my name is Dr. Lewis Skip Perkins, Athletic Director at North Carolina Central University.
Dr. Perkins, so this is your second time out here with this Celebration Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
This is my first time.
Your first time.
I was at AD, another school, when we went years ago.
There you go. Well, listen, you got to be excited to be out here. Celebration Bowl, let's face it, this is literally the HBCU or Black College Football Championship. And listen, I know the commissioner of SIC was here. I get it. But this is D1, and certainly this is considered the championship game. So how excited are you guys to be back out here again?
Oh, man, let me tell you something. I'm sleeping, waking up, smiling ear to ear. This is a tremendous opportunity. I get to give cricket. I have to give the sponsors. I have to give John Grant so much credit, because this is truly the Super Bowl for Black college sports, for football. And I'm just so proud of the product. It's 2 really good teams. It's a great city, and the environment they've created. The whole Radio Road piece is really cool. And man, this is second to none.
I'm going to introduce yourself again, because one of the things that I only have live is that anything could happen. So the volume was dialed down on AD. So I'm going to have him introduce himself to you again one more time.
Sure. Dr. Lewis Skip Perkins, Athletic Director, North Carolina Central University.
Yeah, so I mean, it is a great thing, and I told people it was really more than just the game. That's the other thing that fascinated me. All the other things that are going on. You have sororities, you have fraternities, you have I saw a lot of NCCU garb out there. How does it make you feel to come into town and say, man, we done took over Atlanta?
It is awesome. That was a game plan. I'm glad you said that. We were talking about taking the nest to Atlanta, and that's what we have done. And you're right. It is more of a game. All the ancillary events and activities like this, the different bands that are coming, the cheerleaders. We're doing a open enrollment piece. So we're doing so many different things to showcase, expose our institution. And let's be honest, we could never pay for this type of exposure we're getting for this week. And it's been an awesome environment. But I'm glad to hear you say that it's more than it's a game, because it is.
Now, it's funny that piece you just mentioned about having open enrollment. What we've seen, and I know people that we have a lot of things to cover besides sports, but it seems to me across the board that when teams are able to get to championship and bowl games, it generates an uptick in just regular enrollment.
You're absolutely right. So what we've seen from South Carolina State coming here last year, the amount of applications that were sent in were second to none. And let's be honest, without our students, we're not a real school. And we need our clients, and we need them to be happy. And like I said, the money we get for the bowl game is great, but we want butts and seats. We want students on campus, and it helps sell the school. Like I said, you could turn on ABC and see this game live. You might never heard of Central, but this game might be the thing. And truly being the front porch, it's right for us to market and showcase our school at a high level.
And see, the other thing he talked about, guys, the idea of it being on ESPN, and it being, until recently, it was actually the very first bowl game that was played. Now, some other folks have kind of encroached, but that's okay. The bottom line is it is still known as the very first bowl game to be played at high noon on Saturday first bowl game. And again, just great stuff. Now, for people who don't know much about NCCU, kind of what is the brand, or what is the college really known for as far as the educational piece?
Besides the educational piece, I would say being in the heart of North Carolina, being in the middle, North Carolina Central, that's where that comes from. And I think obviously people might not know that James McClendon, who helped found basketball, Dr. Naismith, was one of our first coaches here.
Wow.
I know that we've won a Division II national championship in basketball. Maynard Jackson, the great Atlanta mayor for many years.
That's right.
As a graduate. And we're also known for our law school, one of the better Black law schools in America. So unique pieces that make us special. And then I had to mention someone else, Ernie Barnes, the legendary great painter that, for those that go back, Good Times, so that painting, he is the original one, and our museum is second to none because it's filled with his artwork.
Wow.
And some other famous individuals.
See, guys, this is what I mean. This is why we call it Real Talk Sports. This is some information I didn't know. So this is great stuff, and it's so great to kind of, like say again, see this, to have the family atmosphere. I went down to the grooming lounge.
I'm headed there next, guys.
I'm just saying, I mean, if you guys want to talk about barbershop talk taken to the next level, and that was it, because it wasn't just sports. I mean, he was talking about community, talked about culture, talked about excellence. And so it seems to me that's kind of the theme around this from both schools.
It is, man. You know, I think what people have to realize is that historically Black college universities, yes, we're there to support, we're there to nurture, but I think we bring so much more to the table, the business acumen. And I think that what makes this so special is, even if you weren't a football fan, there is something for you to do in Atlanta centered around the game. That I think that's what makes us different from any other bowl game. And like you said, we're only 7 years into this. Imagine what happens when we're the Rose Bowl and we have 100 years in. So the sky's the limit. Like I said, John Grant's done a great job, ESPN. And like I said, once again, this Radio Row is so cool. For all y'all out here, they got leather seats like you're in a VIP lounge. It's different broadcasts all over. It's actually a really, really cool event. I'm impressed and happy to be here, man.
Well, look, man, we're happy to have you join us. Take a little time out of your schedule. I was talking to one of the assistant coaches from Jackson State, and it does create a unique situation because it's not like a regular game. I mean, there's a lot going on. I mean, I'm telling you something. These guys there's like about 15 or 20 of us here. Yeah. Plus they have, I'm sure you have alumni events.
Yep.
Student events. So a lot that goes on. So we're very appreciative of you that you would come out and take time of your busy schedule, because you're trying to run the school, obviously.
Yep.
And, but to say, hey, look, I want to engage, with the people, because you said without the students, there's no school.
There isn't, man. It's this atmosphere, will only continue to get better. But right now, we're on any level playing field with any of the bowl games, and that's what you have to do. So it says a lot about the MEAC and the SWAC. And this game is special because, we start with the MEAC SWAC Challenge and we finish with a bowl game. A champion will rise. So, we're going to have the Black College National Champion and the Celebration Bowl all in one. So kudos to you guys for being here, too.
And not played in the barn, boys. It's played in one of the biggest and best stadiums in the world, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the home of course, our Atlanta Falcons. And just a few weeks up the road, you talk about high school, I'm talking about top college football, you're going to have one of the semifinals for the college football playoffs. So they're in one of the premier venues in the world. And again, kicking off the bowl games, 12 noon, high noon on Saturday, Celebration Bowl, and great stuff going on. Well, kind sir, we appreciate you stopping by and joining us. And please, anytime, we give him my card, because I might bring him back on the podcast, guys. I'm just saying. All right.
Thank you for having me.
Listen, great stuff going on here at Radio Row, and we thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, sir.
All right, guys, we'll be back with more on the Real Talk Sports Show in just a moment. You can see me stretching, guys, because my producer's not here, so I got to do this on my own, but that's okay. We appreciate you for joining us, and we'll take a commercial break, but we'll be back with one or two more guests before we go. Stay tuned. Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions, or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net. Anytime I'm going to be with these ADs and presidents, I got to look right. My mother told me many years ago, she said, dear, look sharp and be sharp. So, all right, guys, we're going to get them mic'd up here. Oh, boys. Now, you heard me telling you earlier that if you coming down here, frats and sorors are everywhere. So I'm going to have this gentleman introduce himself to you right now.
Okay, my name is Dr. Willis Lonzer, General President of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, the first intercollegiate fraternity for men of color in the world, Greek letter intercollegiate fraternity, and we are founded at Cornell University, and now just celebrated 116 years of existence. And I'm very proud to be here amongst the other Divine Nine presidents, and I serve as the vice chairman of the Council of Presidents as well.
Now, I was just asking our dean from North Carolina Central, how excited for you to be here, not just for the game, but to see kind of the ambiance, the vibe, the excitement around the game itself, and just the interaction.
It's very exciting for me. I'm a Delaware State University alumnus, and MEAC is all I eat, sleep, and breathe. I mean, I appreciate the SWAC brothers and sisters. You know, they're very cool and good people, but I pull for the MEAC. So
and the MEAC's been dominant so far in this run.
You know, and I take it as, everyone, that's last year, yes, but it's I'm just speaking facts, but I have a lot of love and respect, especially for what Coach Sanders did to help elevate HBCU football, the ambiance and more of the lore that already had been in existence about HBCUs, but he even nailed it for that environment. I've seen pictures of the droves of people who have come to be a part of that environment, and we just saw our culture amplified, and it's exciting. It's exciting to see other MEAC teams, the SWAC folks who are here as well. I mean, it's just mad love, and it's a lot of excitement.
Oh, no doubt. Really, I mentioned it's been a great vibe, and it seems to be so much that can be learned outside the game itself. Now, even for your fraternity, obviously it's well known. Well, I didn't know that you guys started at Ivy League schools. So that's something new to me. But how does this impact the fraternity as so many people are coming from all over the place and they get a chance to see you guys up close and personal?
True. I mean, and I'll speak for Alpha, and then I'll speak for the Divine Nine.
Mm-hmm.
We are taught in Alpha Phi Alpha to promote the fraternity, to talk about the things that we do so that humanity can look at us as a group of people, a group of men who are about things that are going to be bettering our community overall. I think the same speaks for the Divine Nine. We all, from our history, our roots, all of us 100 years, Iota Phi Theta tracking towards 100 years, now realize that all of our organizations have made a substantial contribution to the African diaspora, the experience here in the United States, but really globally in service, advocacy, academic excellence, development of leaders. It's prevalent, and we all shine and put our fingers under our shoulders about our organization because we love our organization, but all of us have contributed. I mean, even if you look at this very moment at the leadership in Congress, the new Democratic leader in Mr. Jeffries, he's a Kappa. I was so proud of what Congressman from South Carolina, James Clyburn, did to show that even though he may be more senior, he's still very relevant and he's an Omega. And now the Brother Horsford is an Alpha who is now the Congressional Black Caucus chairman. So look at how Divine Nine leaders. I've been an Alpha for 36 years.
Wow.
So we were always taught that we were leaders, and they're proving that beyond the collegiate environment and letting others know that we have something to give that brings our community together.
You said something really impactful there. You talked about these guys understanding who they are, and I think that's really kind of the theme, that it's more than just, like I said, the game, more than just a sport, but that people of color and the culture is more than just entertainment.
Absolutely.
The huge number of professionals that have come from HBCU schools. Matter of fact, I think if I read somewhere that more dentists have graduated from HBCU schools than any other type of school.
That's true. Dentists, physicians,
right?
Scientists. You name it in science and medicine. Lawyers as well. The HBCUs are the cultural embodiment of a manufacturing plant for leaders. That's what they are.
Ooh,
and I'll tell you,
y'all need to write that down. That dog might hunt.
And let me tell you, my mom and dad were alumni of a HBCU, Virginia Union University. My wife happens to be a Northwestern alumna, but of the 3 children I have, 2 track towards predominantly white institutions, but my daughter is currently at Spelman, about to become a rising senior. She's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. I mean, she's taken on that environment, and though, I love my children, and my sons are independent, but they also do understand the importance of what these organizations do, how we work together. We have our friendly rivalries, which I love.
Just saying. Mhm.
Are you a fraternity man?
I'm not.
That's
all right.
okay.
That's okay. That's
It's never
okay.
too late for you. We can baptize you now.
Oh,
Bring
hang
you
on.
on. Bring you on board.
Let me get the shades ready, boy. Let me go ahead and get ready.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. No, we gotta take it on and understand that it's and as I've shared since I've even come onto this Council of Presidents, this next 100 years, it's important that the Black Greeks, the Divine Nine, that we don't squander it on petty things.
Right.
I mean, we all went through the struggle of the first growth in 100 years, and naturally, you're going to do things that you think are right at the time, but hindsight gives us 20/20 vision. So as we look forward now, I think we realize, much like the African proverb suggests, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to, all of you to get there, you go together. And that's the piece that I think that is the culmination of why we see the efficacy, the effectiveness of the Divine Nine Council of Presidents. Even President Biden has been quoted that the power in the Black community is with the Divine Nine.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just been phenomenal for us to be a part of this radio row,
Yeah.
and to see all of you gentlemen here, and some ladies too,
Mhm.
and to see kind of the impact that you all are having in the community. One last thing before I let you go, what would be maybe one tip or suggestion? Because right now there seems to be a lot of momentum around African American culture in all areas. What would you say would be one or maybe 2 things? Hey, this is what we can do or should do to keep that momentum going.
Number one is for us to ensure that we stay engaged and get out to vote. I don't think it can really be emphasized or overemphasized, really, that the importance of our vote, that's the one thing that a person can do in a democracy that shows that you have an impact, and that's to control either long-term or short-term in terms of whenever they serve, that person representing you is aligned with what you do. They're going to come and talk to you when they realize that you vote and you execute that vote. The other piece that I would say is live healthy. That's my area of profession in science and the research behind that. Many of us don't eat right. We got to eat better. We should not be conspiracy theorists and believe that some of the modern medications and things that we have are not proven and tested. Medicine has always been risk benefit. Science and research around medicine to things that make your life better has always been about risk benefit. You weigh the two. But in the end, while we've not had polio, while we've not had mumps and rubella and measles, because we were vaccinated, and we sometimes get away from the truth, and I don't or despise the narrative around Henrietta Lacks, even the Tuskegee experiment. Those were wrong things. Sometimes things do happen that go wrong, but if we don't say anything about it or deal with it, then we are just as guilty as those who perpetrated those injustices. So we have to be engaged. We have to be ready to serve, and that's why Alpha Phi Alpha is I believe, one of the leading fraternities. I'll be very kind today.
Throw that in,
We're a leading fraternity because we have always been about developing leaders. We promote brotherhood, academic excellence, and that academic excellence is not just on a college campus, but those who do graduate work and professional work. And we are strong advocates for our communities, and we provide service in those communities.
Well, I think that sums it up right there. The president, the man himself from Alpha Phi Alpha. Did I get that right?
You did.
It is. I want to make sure you don't mess it up.
No, you didn't mess it up.
All right. So now, do you? Now I know sometimes people do it, sometimes people don't. Is there a website and/or social media where people can find out more about?
Absolutely.
I'm just making sure.
1906 Network, 1906 Network. If you look into Instagram and apa1906.net is our website, and we're on Facebook and social media. You can just Google Alpha Phi Alpha and you can see the social medias. But that 1906 Network and Instagram is powerful. I'm at Elevate Alpha in Instagram. Dr. Willis Lonzer, and I also have a Facebook account too. But Instagram and is a medium that I use, and tweet, and I do tweet. But once we find another social medium, I'm going to get rid of Twitter because I'm not feeling Elon Musk at all. So,
well, there you go.
There it is.
Well, the doctor's in the house, and we appreciate you so much for stopping by.
Appreciate
and congratulations, and
Thank you
we
so
look forward
much.
to doing some great stuff and hearing more about great stuff from you as time goes on.
We'll work on that and continue to hold to be a catalyst and lead with our other Divine Nine sisters and brothers.
No doubt,
Take
no
care.
doubt. I'm gonna give you one of my cards here before you leave.
Thank you very kindly.
Well, that's my I have a Clark Kent card and a Superman card. That's my Clark Kent card.
Oh, we want Superman card.
That's you already know. There it is,
There it
right
is,
here, sir.
Right there, man. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Mr. Simmons.
Thanks so much.
All the best.
All right, be blessed. All right, guys. Again, we're about to wrap it up here, but I think I have one more interview I can squeeze in here on Radio Row. It's been a wonderful day here at the Celebration Bowl, and we're just excited for all the people who have dropped in here to see us today. Like I said, we're going to try to maybe squeeze one more person in before we wrap it up. Again, we appreciate you. Please follow us anywhere on social media. Real Talk Sports, the number 7. Remember, you can follow me personally at Minister J Sim. I'll put that on the screen for those of you who are watching. For those of you who are listening, I will say it for you. It's Minister J. It's the letter J, not J-A-Y. The letter J, S-I-M-M. And you can also follow the show at Real Talk Sports, the number 7. There it is on the screen. Real Talk Sports, the number 7. Follow me at Minister J, S-I-M-M. So like I said, we're going to try to squeeze one more guest in here if we can before we get out of here. We'll take another little break. Actually, before we do that, guys, remember, follow us anywhere on social media. Go to our big thing. Go to our YouTube page, please. Go to our YouTube page. Check us out there. Go and subscribe. We need subscribers. We're trying to get to 1,000. We're over 600 now, but we need you. And we are always in and about the community trying to bring you stuff from on the scene. You know, that's our specialty, bringing you stuff from right here. It's happening. So we're right here on Radio Row at the Omni Hotel. We're right in what I call the conundrum of sports. We are located in the middle of it, right in between State Farm Arena and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, where the game will be held tomorrow at 12 noon. So again, we appreciate you. Please follow us anywhere on social media at Real Talk Sports, the number 7 on YouTube, or Real Talk Sports TV. Like I said, we're going to try to get one more guest in here with us before we leave. And then we're going to wrap it up here on the Real Talk Sports Show from Radio Row here at the Omni Hotel. It's been just a blast, man. We had a chance to meet a lot of people. It's been really cool. So we hope to get, like you said, maybe one more guest before we get up and out of here and let you guys, like you said, really we've got the full gamut. And it's been great. It's really been great. We've seen a lot of people, talked to a lot of people. It's been fun. And we got more to go because we got the game coming up tomorrow. So remember that. We got stuff happening. So remember, Real Talk Sports is your spot. Because, see, nobody brings it to you. Well, there are a few people, but nobody like me that bring it to you from on the scene, behind the scene, letting you guys kind of really get. That's almost who we're there. That's what I like to do. I like to feel that you guys are with me wherever I go. So that's why I say keep it locked on Real Talk Sports, the number 7. Follow me personally at Minister J Sim. That's Minister, the letter J, S-I-M-M. You also can, if you have a great sports story yourself, send me an email. Because one of the things we want to do, we want to bring on those stories that are really uplifting or doing great things off the court or off the field as well. So let me go ahead and hit you up with that here. Here it is right here. Boom, there it is. Jay Simmons at realtalksports.net. Or you can call me or text me, 678-410-9833. Like I said, again, we'd love to bring on, if you got a favorite coach, you got an athlete that's doing some great stuff in the community, come on, bring them on. Even if they're operating in excellence, even if they got good grades, whatever it is they're doing good, we want to talk about the good stuff because there's enough people talking about the bad stuff. We want to talk about the good things that are going on in the world of sports. So again, there's my information, Jay Simmons, that's JSIMMONS at realtalksports.net, or you can simply call or text me, 678-410-9833. And like I said, we would absolutely love to engage with you and be a part of bringing your story out on the L. And then if you're lovely, I might have to put on my shades like this so I'm not overwhelmed with your beauty. Or maybe you got so much shine on what you do, I might have to put the shades on. But regardless of whether the shades on or off, you guys got to come. Check us out. Again, we are at Real Talk Sports, the number 7, anywhere on social media. That's the show. There it is right there. Real Talk Sports, the number 7. You can follow me personally at Minister J Sims. That's Minister J-S-I-M-M. Come on out and check us out. Like I said, I think we have one more guest we're going to try to squeeze in before we go. That's why I'm kind of hanging tight here. They're shutting everything down. Pretty soon they're going to throw me out. But like I said, we're going to hang tight here with you to try to get that final guest in here on the show. Like I said, it's been great stuff. We've met fraternity leaders. We've met school presidents. We've met ADs. We've met coaches, all kind of people. We didn't get too many players, but that's okay. Hopefully we'll get them tomorrow in the post game if we can do that. And remember, also, we're going to be doing some live streaming of the post game and also some live streaming of the Mayor's Mass Ball as we do, good Lord willing, each and every year. So, again, just we're happy to be here. And we thank God that he allowed us to have this opportunity to bring it to you and for you guys to be a part of that broadcast. Like I said, without you, we can't really do it. Last but not least, if you have a business, okay, if you have a business, you say, look, I'd like to be a part of supporting your show. Good news, we have supporter slots available for as little as $25. That's right, as little as $25, you can be a supporter of the Real Talk Sports Show and bring people the good news in the world of sports and uplifting people. There's Jonesboro High School. It's one of the teams that we cover and do some stuff with. So, just $25 is where we start. And we have, all kinds of things we can do. We have packages will come out to your place of business. We have other packages. We do a business spotlight. So again, contact me, jsimmons@realtalksports.net, or you can just simply give me a call or text me at 678-410-9833. I'll get up on the screen for you right now. There it is, jsimmons@realtalksports.net, or simply again hit me up on the cell 678-410-9833. Well, let's get to the big game tomorrow. Jackson State against North Carolina Central University. Remember, North Carolina Central won this ball game right here at Mercedes-Benz just a few years ago. So they're looking to try to repeat that and pull off for the second straight year a MEAC team upsetting the highly favored Jackson State. But as you heard when I had the defensive coordinator on, Jackson State, I think this time they are ready to take care of business. Coach Prime is leaving, and he says, hey, I want to finish the drill. And finish the drill means winning this championship, because for those of you who are new, the Celebration Bowl is in fact the de facto Black college football championship. So Dion, before he's already obviously gone to Colorado, but before he officially leaves for real, he wants to make sure that the trophy case is filled with a trophy of the Celebration Bowl, which again represents the Black college football championship. So that's his job. That's what he's looking to do. And like I said, Jackson State, look, they're ready to go. Because as he mentioned, last year they came in here, there was a lot of fanfare, a lot of hubbub. There was so much stuff going on. They were highly favored. And as he mentioned, the players might have been, as Dion said, kind of smelling themselves. And they just were not prepared that South Carolina State was like, look, we are a good team, especially defensively. And we didn't come here just to be cannon fodder for Jackson State. And they won the game handily last year. So this year, Jackson State looks like they're ready to go. They're like, man, we're here to take care of business. But they're going to be playing a very tough North Carolina Central team, a team that has played non-HBCUs and fared well, a team that is themselves looking to make a mark in history and win this. And the MEAC has been dominant. They've won, I believe, of the 7 games, they've won 5 of them. So it might be 6. The only team I can remember winning from the SWAC has been Grambling in a thriller, 10-9. But other than that, it's been MEAC, and more MEAC. So I'm just saying, guys, like I said, I'm just saying that's the way it's been. But like I said, Jackson State looks ready. We're going to see if there's maybe one more interview left for us. Otherwise, we're going to pack it up and head on to other events, because that's the other thing, guys. There's lots of events going on here in and around downtown Atlanta. They have events for SWAC, events for the MEAC. They have events for North Carolina Central University alumni. They have events for Jackson State alumni and students. So, again, pray for the preacher that I don't get worn out and I don't overdo myself at these events. But like I say, again, it is great to be out here and great to see this, especially being a man of color now officially reaching OG status, to see this group of young people and even people my own age bracket and in between having this focus on trying to do better and be better. And like you said, not just on the field of endeavor, but also in the field of life. Everybody had on here, they talked about the fact of building men and women, building a future generation that we all can be proud of. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're white, black, orange, or green. The fact that they are bringing in people that are looking to make sure that the next generation and generations beyond are focused on excellence. And again, not just on the fields or the courts, but in fact, operating excellence on in the field of life, being able to be good citizens, being able to impact people, and to be able to really affect their communities around them. So that's the exciting thing about the guests that we talked about today, just them being able to be community impactors. And at the end of the day, that's what we all want. We want to see people impacting communities for the good. And hopefully we, as part of the press, especially most of us here are African American, our stations are owned or we're independent. We want to bring the news to people that look like us and the people that don't look like us, to say, hey, the narrative is not always that it's just that we're in entertainment or in sports or we're shedding the news doing something bad, criminal, that we in fact have a huge culture that goes beyond that. We have a group of people that are of every hue, in many cases of various nationalities, but the main thing I'll have in common is they are people of substance, people of worth, and people of accomplishment. And that's what we all have to focus on here. Let's go to social media here for a second and see what kind of feedback we have there. And there's our man Todd. Let's go ahead and click on here. And he says, Preacher, how's I'm doing? I'm doing pretty good. Coach Prime, I did not get a chance to see. That was a question. Unfortunately, I was here on Radio Row, and since I was here by myself, I did not get a chance to see him. But Coach Prime, from my understanding, is ready to go. And he says that his mission is to make sure that Jackson State comes home with the Celebration Bowl trophy. Because for those of you who were living in a cave, last year they came here, they were overconfident, they were overhyped, and they lost the game handily. I think the final score was 31-10. So this year they're making sure that they're trying to come home with a victory. So that's it. Coach Prime looks ready. He's here. Again, we did not get a chance to see him, but nevertheless, he's here, obviously, and he said he wanted to make sure to coach this game, not having an assistant coach, because he wanted to finish the drill. He wanted to finish the unfinished business of going out with a championship and leaving this school in a better way than where he found it. And at the end of the day, you can't ask for anything better than that. And let's check here. And so the question is Travis Hunter going to Colorado? I'll have to find that out. I was not at the press conference. I'm not going to assume, because my father told me a long time ago. He said, "Son, if you swell out assume, that's what you happen to get. It makes an ASS out of you and me." So I've thought about that for many years, and so I'm not going to make that assumption. The thought would be, because of his close relationship with Travis Hunter, the fact that he recruited him to Jackson State and that groundbreaking recruitment move, and the fact that you've seen even on social media the how close they are, you would think that it's a done deal. But remember now, his son, the defensive back, the safety, has decided he's not going nowhere. And Dion was jokingly saying he's not speaking to him right now. So you never know. And some players, I believe, are going to stay because they want to finish the drill. They want to do, in essence, the same thing that Dion did as a coach. They want to show other players that, hey, HBCUs are a place that not only you can come and play football, but you can come and grow as a man. I'm not saying you can't do that anywhere else, but HBCUs, people need to know it's more than just about partying or having a good time or about the bands, but hey, or even playing a sport. I can come here and be immersed and hang around people that look like me, but more importantly, people that focus on excellence, people that are focusing on, helping me be a better man, be a better woman, whatever that may be. So that's what I'm gonna tell you guys. It's great stuff. And we are excited that we spend our time here on Radio Row. We got a chance to meet a lot of people today. And again, I think we have one more guest that we're gonna try to get on the air. She is making the rounds now, so we're gonna try to see if we can get one more guest on with us before we leave. I'm not sure. They're kind of looking in this direction. We'll see. Maybe they're getting set up for one more outlet. Yep, it does look like they have one more outlet they're going to talk to. And like I said, we'll hang tight here with you until we can get that final guest on. But like I said, it's been good stuff. It's been good stuff. It's good to be out here and amongst the people. I finally got my system working. It took a little while this morning to get things started. It was a little rocky this morning. Okay, let's take a look here. One more thing here. Says son has a girlfriend, preacher. It boils down to a woman. LOL. Well, hey, look, that's the way it is with most of us. If we really tell the truth, most of us have been impacted by our relationship with women, and it doesn't matter. Sometimes you want to stay close to your mama. Sometimes you want to stay close to that favorite auntie or sister that's been taking care of you, or in many cases, of course, you want to stay next to that femme fatale, baby, that one that makes your heart beat faster. And I'm not mad at him for that. At the end of the day, I mean, if that's what it is, good for him. I mean, because a good woman is hard to find. So if you got yourself one, sometimes you got to do it. And you have many stories of people who've had long, successful marriages who were high school or college sweethearts. There's something about that first or second love that I guess because they know you for real, and they knew you from when you was just a little tadpole, and we didn't have all your ducks in a row, that you were on your way up, and they stayed with you. And a lot of times the first love, it's real. A lot of times once you get older and you kind of gone up the ladder a little bit, maybe make a little bit of money, sometimes the attraction is more physical or more financial than it is really someone just wanting to be your friend, and legally having friends with benefits. I'm just saying, because that's really, if you really think about it, that's what it, now I know this is a total diversion from what's going on. But that shit Todd said, I'll bet he changed his mind. He might, but I'm just gonna say something on the real. And I think that's what every person is looking for, male or female. You're looking for that person that you, in fact, could be like friends with benefits, a good friend that you can get a little physical. Anyway, but that's what I think people really want ultimately. That's what I think anybody wants out of a relationship. They want someone that they can really have a good friend, someone that they care about, and someone that they can love. On the real, someone you can go out and have dates with forever, someone you can go out and go out and have these weekend extravaganzas legally. I mean, what would be better than that? And someone you can grow old with, somebody you can just kind of chill out with. There's somebody that can kind of, enjoy being with you and be with you through the ups and downs. Whether you're well or whether you're not so well, whether you're financially astute or I shouldn't say financially astute, whether you got a kabillion dollars or whether you just are just, okay. That's what I think everybody's looking for. And I think that's the goal. So again, if that young man has found that, that's it. But Todd thinks, well, he could change his mind. Of course, when you're young, that does happen, but then sometimes it doesn't. I'm just saying. Anyway, guys, like I said, we're going to hang tight for just a few more minutes here. Again, we are broadcasting here live from Radio Row. First time we're doing it here on the Celebration Bowl. We did a Super Bowl mini version of that a few years back. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. So we are so excited that we're able to bring it back to you again. This time for the Celebration Bowl here it's actually at the Omni Hotel. The Omni Hotel South Tower. Literally, like I said, right across the street from the State Farm Arena and right down the road from where the game was being played, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. As I mentioned, that's the cool thing also about this. Here you have a HBCU championship game played at one of the premier stadiums in the world. Keep in mind, Mercedes-Benz Stadium is going to be the home to a couple of years from now, the FIFA World Cup games. It's hosted a Super Bowl. It's hosted now, I think it's the second college football playoff game is going to be hosted up here just in January. So a lot of great stuff going on here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I mean, people have come from around the world to check this stadium out. They've had multiple friendlies here for soccer, which has had, 50, 60, 70,000 people here. So, and the stadium is state of the art. So the fact that the HBCU championship game is being played here and that before some other people jumped the gun, it was the very first bowl game played each year. Come on, man. That's a huge statement. And what it shows you is that what we have is valuable. And again, I don't want to make this a racial team now. So here, I'm going to go back to social media again. Todd is saying, he says that Deion distracted the man. He said they may lose again. Well, look, at the end of the day, what Deion did is not unique to Deion. No, it's unique to HBCUs. Every single year, this is something that I always talk about. And I talked about before Deion did what he did. I think is bad for both the recruiting school, the new school, and the coach to do these things before these championship games, before the bowl game. I think it's just terrible. Now, I know even if they didn't announce it, a lot of times these deals are done on the QT, as my mom used to call it. I get it. But, man, it's just not right because, yeah, it does affect the team. Because think about it, especially the relationship that Deion has developed, or again, I'm not gonna make this about Dion. The relationship that college coaches especially develop with these students, again, these are young men. Now they might be 6'6", 350 pounds. They might run like a deer. They might, jump like an antelope or whatever you want to talk about. But at the end of the day, these guys are still, most of them under 21 years old. They're young men. They would be like my age bracket. They could be like guys that would be my kids or grandkids. And they're still, even at that age, very impressionable. So yes, I think it's not good that any of these coaches do that. It's not a Dion thing. And I think that these schools that kind of really almost force these guys to do that is not right. I mean, it's like, hey man, to me, I don't care about the recruiting thing. They should not allow these coaches to do this before these championship or bowl games. I'm just saying. That's just me. Again, it's got nothing to do with Dion. I never liked it when other coaches did it. But at the end of the day, me not liking or you not liking is not going to change it. It's these guys will tell you we have to do this because of the recruiting system. What they've done now, where they have these guys doing their announcement and picking their teams. In December, it used to be February. See, I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of the stuff that we see that's gone wrong with sports is generated by money and greed. Everybody likes to say at the upper echelon that they're concerned about the student athlete, but at the end of the day, they're really not. They're concerned about getting money into their particular university programs, into the coffers of their athletic programs, and winning. I mean, people really, and think about it. Think about the coaches that have been hired that have been fired from other jobs because of indiscretions, and mysteriously, again, don't be wrong, I'm happy that people get second and third chances, even fourth chances, because I have to get them myself. I mean, some of the stuff I've done, especially when I'm younger, ridiculous. Even now, as a 60-plus-year-old preacher, some of the things that even if I haven't done them, I thought about them. And Mighty Yahashua HaMashiach said, if you thought about it, it's like you did it. So I'm just saying. So I get it, but I mean, the idea is that you want to try to do better and be better, and you want to try to encourage people to do what's right. And this idea of this, the way, like you said, the way they do stuff in general in sports is not right. And I think that as time goes on, and even the HBCUs, and that's going to be a whole nother story that we'll do at some point in time, in order to keep the momentum going that they have right now, they're going to have to really buckle down with some of these higher ups in these administrations and make sure that the money that is being generated by sports and what some of the many donors do gets to the sports programs. Because you just heard the gentleman from North Carolina Central tell us that enrollment spikes. We see it. They mentioned about how many teams they mentioned that their enrollment spiked after they had big wins in big bowl games or championship games. Why? Because they're on the media, and the media gets a chance to show the fanfare, the hoopla, the fun. Because let's face it, when you're 18 years old, you're thinking about having fun. I mean, you're going to go to school and get your education, but you're also thinking about having fun. Someplace where you can have a good time. Someplace where you have a built-in entertainment, where you have a top-quality basketball or football team. Now, these students, yes, they're going to root for the team, but these students are going to pay you a big tuition. And in many cases, they're going to graduate and they're going to give back to the university. Even if they don't do it monetarily, just the fact that they go back and become good citizens. So sports is important. I'm not saying it's the end all and be all. I'm not trying to say that you do that at the expense of the other programs or the other things that are strictly education. But I'm telling you, folks, it's got to be, they're going to have to make that investment. I'm just saying. All right, guys, I got to take a quick little break here. We'll be back on more Real Talk Sports Show. Hopefully we'll have one more guest before we leave. All right, guys, keep it locked right here for more of the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm not going nowhere. I'm just giving you guys a little teaser. I got to take a break. All right, we'll be back. I got to do some little multitasking here because I don't have my producer with me, and my doggone mouse broke. All right, we'll be back. All right, we're back here for the final moments of Radio Row here at the Celebration Bowl. Yeah, so it's been good stuff, and we appreciate all of you for staying with us here on the broadcast. Thank you so much for doing that. You said it's been cool stuff, and we've been right in the middle of it. And of course, the big story had been all about Deion Sanders, but that was our vibe. We decided today we was kind of hang out in Radio Row. You guys can check out guys like DNA Sports Talk or 3 Point Conversion. They were at the press conference. They got some great clips on Deion at the press conference. So guys, go there. And if they have it on social media, I'll go ahead and repost it for you. So we'll have that up. But yeah, he's part of the story, but there's something bigger going on here. You can feel the energy, the momentum that's going on. And again, I want to kind of be clear on this. This is not something that is just all about race per se. It is about the idea of the excellence that's going on here. The idea that the culture that oftentimes is limited to just entertainment and sports is broader and more nuanced than just that. There's a lot of layers, like with any culture. I mean, for a long time in the 60s, there was some pushback, and rightfully so, about a lot of programming like The Untouchables and other programs that really dealt with Italian Americans as only being in the mafia, or maybe cooking food. I'm not sure. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's much more to it. Same thing on the Asian culture. There's much more to who they are and what they do than martial arts or anime. I mean, every culture has its own uniqueness and flavor that we enjoy, but the people are layered and more varied than what we have a tendency to see on the normal media. So I'm excited to be here today to let you guys see behind the scenes just that is in fact broader and there's much going on. Right. There's much more going on than just, like I said, sports entertainment. Although we know that sports entertainment is a big factor and very big in terms of making money, especially. So we get it. But at the end of the day, there's more to it than that. And we just are thankful that we've had this opportunity to meet a lot of people today and talk to a lot of people today. And hopefully you guys will share this. Hopefully it was good content. And here's the thing, I love feedback. If you feel that the show, whatever it may need, I'm nobody likes to be criticized, but at the end of the day, constructive criticism is good. And oftentimes criticism helps you get better. So if you have that, great. But I love attaboys too. Love to hear that you guys enjoyed whatever we were doing on the air, the guests that we're bringing. All that stuff it just inspires us to do more, better. So again, love to have your feedback. You can do it a couple of ways. You can put comments in on social media. You can certainly shoot me an email. I'll go ahead and once again lean in to try to get that for you here. Like I said, again, I'm a little bit short-handed, so forgive me as I stretch to make this come out. You know what it is? My doggone my mouse. I only have so much room I can plug stuff in, so my mouse is not with me today, so I have to kind of do this stuff manually. But like I said, that's okay. I appreciate you for staying with us here and being with us. And again, if you want to find out more or contact us with great show stuff, because we're always looking for good content, remember you can send me an email, jsimmons@realtalksports.net. I'll pop it up here for you. Right? Nope, that's not it. There you go. Right there. There we are on social media. You can check us out there. Or you can just send me an email, jsimmons@realtalksports.net, or call me 678-410-9833. And like I said, again, we would love to be a part of what you are doing. Okay. Now, before I get out of here, I've been checking out other people. So I'm going to have a young man come on and join us right quick before he leaves here. You have seen him on our show as a guest. I'm going to dial up his mic here so you guys can hear him. He's going to introduce himself to you right now.
What up? It's Raphael Haynes, a.k.a. Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? What's going on, man?
What's going on, bro? So like I told everybody, I already kind of pointed people to your website and Don's website. I told guys I was not able to go to attend the press conference, but this young man did. He also asked Coach Prime a question. So if you want to do that, how can they find you? Go ahead, tell them.
Go to the YouTube channel. Which camera? This one?
That camera right there. Yes,
right,
sir. Mm-hmm.
Go to the 3-point conversion YouTube channel. We got the interview there. We got the interview with everyone else. Real, I ain't get to have you come over there, man. We about to pack up, but
no, it's all good, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's how we do it. We all working together here. I was telling people the importance of an event like this is now we've been to several radio roles. Both of us have covered Super Bowl events and so forth. But this is unique in the fact that you really get a chance to see a variety of African American media, both small and large. Yeah. Guys that specialize in HBCU, guys that are on stations, guys that have their own shows. It just was so great to see everybody out here and fully engaged and respected. Now, I'm not trying to say that we get disrespect, but just the energy was different, the vibe.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And the players sense that also. That's one thing I like about it. Coach TC, I don't know if you got to interview him.
Didn't get a chance to do that, no, sir.
Got to interview him. You could tell he appreciated everything, and he can tell that it's genuine. It's not necessarily just we're just here for our affiliates.
Obviously not to get fined.
Yeah, right. Like this is my job assignment.
Right, exactly. Yep.
Mm-hmm. No, they can tell that it's genuine. The players as well, man. To see Shador open up, see Aubrey Miller open up, and then just to be here with my fellow media, family and people is great.
Good stuff.
That's the difference.
Good stuff, no doubt. All right, so one more time, how people can find out more about you, social media, and also where they can find the interviews and the stuff from the press conference.
All right, so on social media, myself, go to all platforms, so Twitter and Instagram. Twitter, Mr. Controversy 21, and then on Facebook, Controversy 21, and the company just the 3-point conversion or at the number 3, then the letter PTCNVRSN at 3-point conversion. It's it's an acronym. So anyway, find out TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
They're
Twitter,
everywhere, boys. That's
we
bottom line.
everywhere.
And so that's my goal. The next time, that's my goal, is to really make sure I have all of the information for all of my guys that I work with, especially guys in the black media. So when you come up here, I can pop it up on the screen, and so you guys can see it here. But look, Raphael, man, we appreciate you, man. And so we still got more to do.
Yeah,
we got to gain them all. There's some events. Now, I don't know. We're probably not going to cover these events tonight. You all got to be on your own. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of stuff going on here because, again, it is a Celebration Bowl. It's a bowl weekend, and there's a lot of good stuff going
Celebration,
on.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I'm out.
Appreciate
Will
you, bro.
you miss me?
Yes, we do. Oh, man, Raphael's in the house. All right, guys, like I said, we got one more interview after this, and then we're packing up. Once again, going to social media. Yeah, so as far as Deion is concerned, what we got is that we're going to be borrowing from the three-point conversion and from guys from DNA Sports Talk. They got some great stuff with Deion, Shador, and so forth. We did not. And, yeah, I always say keep watching. Yeah, that's okay, you're right. Keep watching the Real Talk Sports Show. We appreciate you. Please, please, I'm going to ask you something. Please go on to YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube already, please subscribe. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're at like 611, and we thank God for that. Like I said, for a long time, for some reason, we have been languishing under 500, but we've supercharged over the last couple of years. And so now we're over the 600 mark. We're at 611. So a few more y'all can come on in and subscribe. Remember, we're Real Talk Sports TV. We are going to change that shortly. But like I said, go to our YouTube page and subscribe and hit the bell so to let you know when we are doing a live broadcast, because we're live like all the time. We do a bunch of shorts. You know, we do the half game report, all that kind of stuff. So again, guys, help us out. Let's go to social media one more time. Like I said, again, our guest is making her way over. Let's see what it says here. Farewell. All right. God bless you, Demetrius. We appreciate you, man. And like I said, again, we have one more interview here. We're going to let this young lady come on over on this side, sit next to me, and get all set up here. Again, guys, we appreciate you for hanging out with us here. Remember, you can follow us anywhere on social media at Real Talk Sports, the number 7. Real Talk Sports, the number 7, anywhere on social media. And again, we are here right in the place I like to call the conundrum of sports in the South, right in between State Farm Arena and the place where the game's going to be played tomorrow, which is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. All right, here we go. And look at that beautiful young lady right there. She's going to introduce herself to you right now.
Good afternoon, Sonia Stills. I am the commissioner of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference.
And for those who don't know, that is the MEAC, boys and girls.
That's right.
Well, listen, you guys have been kind of having the run of the roost here.
That's what we do.
See, that's spoken like a true commissioner. She said, hey, that's how we handle our business when we come to the ATL. Well, so now what has really been the magic elixir? Because I mean, you guys have played some formidable SWAC opponents, including Jackson State last year.
Absolutely.
Is it just something in the water in the MEAC?
It's that's how we bring them up.
Wow.
We have great football, and it's been consistent over the years, and and that's evident with the way we lead the series 5-1.
5-1. That's right. So they're now the SWAC is. Deion's been saying he's going to try to do whatever he can to bring it home, but we got the commissioner saying, well, good luck.
You're right, but we coming for it.
Well, listen, it's been now. How exciting is it for you as a commissioner to see overall, not just with Deion, but even as we've had the Celebration Bowl, the excitement around HBCUs?
Oh my God, it's tremendous. It's just like everybody's on the HBCU train. Everybody is now seeing the value that we've already known. Everybody's looking at the culture, what you can get from an HBCU, the talent that's in the HBCU. And so, being at the Celebration Bowl, having it on the national platform on ABC just further amplifies what we're doing.
And I think people really don't know the breadth of the talents, not just in sports. Am I correct? I mean, you got professionals, and you got dentists, you got lawyers, doctors. I mean,
absolutely. Yeah, we lead with like engineers, doctors. It's not, I don't know what people think, but we have medical schools, law schools, top law schools, at Howard and North Carolina Central. And so it's tremendous academic opportunities that are out there at HBCUs.
Absolutely.
And look, think about it. Vice President came from Howard.
Just saying. Well, listen, what could I asked this before to one of the fraternity presidents. Now we've had this momentum, not just with Deion, but there's been this steady momentum about things African American over the last 5 years. How can we continue to keep this train moving and grow and build HBCUs? What would be one or two things that you would suggest?
we have to keep continuing to tell the story. You know, we really have to tell the value of HBCU, what you get at a HBCU, the nurturance that you get, the culture. You can't get that anywhere else. And I think that's why people are trying to get a taste of it. You know, you can't get us. You know, only we can get us. So, you know, I think as we continue to do that, continue to talk about, talk to corporate America about, you know, what they can get. You know, Black Americans have high spending power, you know? And so, you know, why not invest in the MEAC? Because if you come through the conference office, you're going to benefit 8 institutions instead of 1.
And there
You
we go.
know?
And speaking of that, now, so there's been a lot of movement in conferences in general. And of course, the MEAC has had, you know, a couple of schools, top schools, move on to other conferences. What do you plan to do as a commissioner? Try to say we want to draw people into the conference and maybe even expand it.
Yeah, so expansion is part of our strategic long range plan, and it's always been a part of our strategic long range plan. And so, you know, our focus right now needs to be on strengthening the foundation of our 8 member institutions. And so we don't want to add members just to add numbers.
Right.
It has to make sense, you know, whether academically as well as athletically. And so, you know, you want to make sure that it's going to help us grow further our athletic prowess as a conference. And so, you know, we're strong as 8. We're working on our foundation as an 8. The Ivy League has 8, and nobody's asking them to add some more members. So as we look to strengthen who we are, our foundation, as we're growing ourselves as a conference, then we'll look more palatable to other institutions who want to come and join. We just got to make sure it makes sense.
So, in other words, the commissioner is saying, boys, if you build it, they will come. Well, listen, we appreciate you for stopping by. I know it's been a busy schedule. So much going on here outside of the game. I know you guys have some events that have been going on.
Absolutely.
And I know you have to make your grand appearance.
You know I do.
Amen. All right, well, listen, how can people find out more about the MEAC? You guys have a website or social media where people can jump on and find out?
Absolutely. Just go to meacsports.com and join the MEAC Nation, where you will get more information about what we're doing. And we actually have our first event, a MEAC Nation Day Party at the Omni right after the game. Don't change your clothes. Just come on in and let's shake a leg.
All right, boys, on that note, I think we'd have wrapped it up. We have some good sports and a little bit of social here, brought to you by the commissioner. Now, one more time, let people know about you, how they can find out more about you, name, and
go to meacsports.com, join the MEAC Nation, be a part of the nation so that you know exactly what's going on and be a part of our family.
And who knows, you might be able to meet the commissioner yourself.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Hey, bring it to you from Radio Row. It's your main man, the minister, in the building. Thank you guys for hanging out with us here at the Celebration Bowl 2022. MEAC is in the house, but we got to go. All right. Until next time, God bless.
Bye. Thank you. Had a lot of fun.